Let's dive into pre-swing fundamentals. What I want to talk about in this video is how to stand to the ball correctly. Our stance and our posture is one of the most important fundamentals to hitting pure golf shots. Our stance has a direct effect on the bottom of our golf swing. And if we have control over the bottom of the swing where we're hitting the ball first, then we're going to have pure shots. And so the way that you want to start is actually without a golf club. You want to look at yourself in a mirror, reflection in a window. And we're going to start from a tall position where you just have good posture. I want you to actually lock your knees back. And when we bend, we're going to bend forward from our hip. So we're bending forward just like this. You could then add a little bit of knee flex. And we want the arms to be hanging straight down. Okay? Checkpoints when you're looking in the mirror is that we have about a hand's width space right here between where the golf club would be and our body. If you're reaching for it, the arms, they're not hanging straight down. We have more than that hands width space. And then the opposite would be if our hands are too close. Checkpoint, bending forward, a little bit of knee flex, hands width space. You also want to make sure that you're balanced. You don't want to be back on your heels. You don't want to be over on your toes. You should be able to lift your toes up and your heels, and you'll find your center of gravity. Okay? Once you get a golf club, you want to try to get into that same posture. You go through that same routine. And when you have a club, the club should be pointed right towards your belt line. When a player is bent over too much, they'll have the club below their belt line, their spine's bent over too much. And this is when players typically hit the ground before the ball. They'll hit it heavy and won't travel as far, it doesn't feel good. And then the opposite would be if we had a lot of knee flex and our spine was kind of straight up and down, the club is pointed more towards the center of my body. And then this is when a player tops the golf ball. And so it takes no athletic ability to stand to the ball correctly, and it's so important to making pure contact. So definitely practice that at home in front of the mirror, and this is the first step to making really clean contact out on the golf course.